everyone, it's Leslie and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video, making a process video about a layout, so I hope you enjoy this. I'm scrapping a photo of my husband. We took the kids to the Jebel Ali Beach Resort for the day. We had a lovely day in the sun and on the beach and by the pool. And yeah, for those of you who don't know, we live in Dubai and we absolutely love it here. Okay, so now I'm just adding waters to the, I've got an H2O Twinkling, it's a shimmering watercolor. It's called Majestic. And yeah, I just added water to it. It activated the watercolors. As you can see, I'm just pouring it out onto the a little plastic packaging. Now this is called the packaging technique, and a lot of scrapbookers use this technique. It's just a fun and messy way to get very unique effect on your page. So you can see I'm just smushing it around, and yeah, in the end I don't like those little lines that the package left there, so I'm adding some more water and I'm bringing in another little plastic packaging, so just to lift some of that color off and smush it down some more around that on the page. Yeah, and you can see it leaves a little lighter spot there in the middle, and I really like that. It has a sort of a distress oxide feel to it. And here I am just looking at the 12 by 12 sticker sheet to see if there's any specific ones I like. Yeah, I'm using the Simple Stories Sunshine and Happiness collection. It's an older collection, but I like it. It's full of florals. I pulled out that floral sheet, and I have a couple of them, so I fussy cut out some of the flowers. I used some of the flowers on another layout, and I pull out that cut apart sheet as well. I'm just refreshing the edges there of that 2x3 little card. It says, "You are the flip to my flop." So yes, my husband is the flip to my flop. And while my background is drying, you see I'm getting impatient there, thinking of what to do next. I just try out some different, some of those flowers, and I'm just seeing where I want them. That Total Crush there on the top left, I'm not going to end up using that. I tried to bring it back, and I keep on bringing it back a couple of times, but yeah, it's not making it onto the layout. You'll see a bit later on. Okay. So now I'm just getting too impatient, and it's not drying fast enough for me, so I bring out my heat tool, and I'm just drying that. I'm drying it at the back as well, to minimize any warping of the paper. I don't mind the warping really. That's my son's hand. The warping just adds texture to the page. Right, so here I'm bringing back the photo and the little 2x3 card. I'm using vellum to back this photo. I am loving vellum at the moment. Vellum has been quite a thing for quite a while now, and I just love backing my photos. It softens the edges, it adds texture, and yeah, just love it. I've been using some tissue paper as well, although tissue paper is a bit more fussy. I end up tearing it most of the time with my ATG. As you'll see now, I'm going to tear this with that, but you don't see the tear in the end. Yeah, and it ends up looking quite nice. In any case, you don't see the tear in the end. Okay, so here I go, just placing my flowers back on there. I cut that coral colored flower. There you go. You'll see I cut that. It's just a way of how I stretch my embellishments. Yeah, I do the cutting thing to another little flower as well. That little orange one over there, I cut that a bit as well, just to fit nicely in under there, and then I use the rest of it someplace else on the layout. Before I forget, I didn't use gesso on this page. I didn't feel that there was enough water going to be applied for me to justify, you know, getting involved in the mess of gesso, so I just left it and it was fine. If I do put more water on it, or if I do a page with a lot more water, then I do use gesso, but for this one I just don't. Okay, so I'm just fussing about there, getting my little flowers and the leaf, that little green leaf, finding a little spot for that. And yeah, see, keep on bringing that back, but no, it doesn't make the layout in the end. I'll use it someplace else. So there's another 12 by 12 sheet that I cut from. It has a bunch of phrases and hearts on, and I cut a heart out of there. I'll bring that in back later again. But this is a little sticker from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. I loved it. #happy. I put it at the top there, and just to balance the page off a bit, there's another little sticker called #summer, and I place that just at the bottom left hand corner of the photo, and it really balances out the layout very nicely. So off camera I did some stitching. I stitched across the #happy just twice and the #summer and around the edges of my layout. You see I left the threads just to add some texture. I like it. Doesn't get in my way, really doesn't bother me, and it just gives the layout something extra. So here I'm placing my embellishments and my photo and the 2x3 card back on the layout, just to check how things fit together. Oh, to show you there, I did stitch that card as well. My bobbin had a spaz out and it made this little tuft of thread there on the top right hand corner, and I like it, so I left it, didn't cut it off. Okay, so here I am placing my embellishments on again, my fussy cut flowers, and I'm liking where everything is going. Yeah, you'll see me bringing back flowers and taking them away and bringing them back again and taking them away. It's all in the thought process of how I make this layout. There's that little pink heart I told you about that I fussy cut from another sheet in the collection. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I bring back the 12 by 12 sticker sheet now, trying out some new things, and there's that little bottle, little soda bottle. I loved it, but it had that little white border, and although the embellishments or the fussy cut flowers, I left a little white border on those. I don't mind that so much, but I didn't like the white border on this, so I just cut it off. And the label on the bottle says Total Crush, so I did get the little phrase on my layout. Didn't use the big phrase, but there you go, little one, because my husband is my total crush. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing everything down. The glue I use is just, it's white glue. It's dual tip, multi-purpose glue. It's photo safe. There's nothing special about it. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. We have limited availability of products and scrapbook things here in Dubai, so I have to make do. So I'm sticking those down. Just making sure everything is in the right place. I do pop the card, the 2x3 card, and the photo up on some pop squares, sorry. I got those in South Africa about 2 years ago, and I bought a gazillion of them. So I will be using them until I get something else. And they are completely finished. So there you go, I'm just making sure everything is stuck down nicely. I do pop the edges of the petals up on some on those pop dot foam square thingies. So yes, I'm just checking that everything is nice and straight. I do take that off and I straighten it. It bothered me, so I know the photo is not completely straight, but I mean that's the focal thing. It doesn't have to be straight. You know that in my head that little card has to be straight. So here we go. I'm just cutting that flower a bit so that it fits in nicely there under the photo and doesn't overlap too much onto the "You Are the Flip to My Flop." And I stick that other half of the flower, or the other bit of the flower there, top right, top left, above the photo. I go back to the 12 by 12 sticker sheet and I just pull the little arrow tag off there. It says "Oh Happy Day." If you have some space, some empty space on your photo, it's always a good idea to embellish on your photo. It draws a bit more interest to it. And that little heart is also from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. I do build a little heart cluster there around the hashtag happy word. I was trying to see if I can balance it out with another heart on the opposite side, but no, it didn't work. So I felt that the pink in the flower at the bottom and the pink in the heart there by the hashtag happy sign balanced each other out enough. So I just go back and fill it out with some more of the little stickers. So if you like what you see, please subscribe and like, and I will see you again soon.